What's going on, everybody? It's your man with the plan, Shane Man 20. Still under the weather, still can't do anything to fix that. But you know what we can do to fix some other things? Well, we've got this right here. You know what that means. It's time to tune the Silverado. So one thing I actually forgot to do on the last video is talk about this awesome t-shirt. And I don't know if you guys can see very well. See that in the back there? I don't know. I'm not really good at holding things in weird places, so sorry if that didn't really come out very well. But in either case, I got this shirt at the U.S. Nationals. If you went to the Chevy tent and you did a like a survey, they would give you a free t-shirt. Well, unfortunately, the only sizes they had were like medium and large, and I wear a 2XL. Go figure, right? So I ended up getting this large, and surprisingly, it fits like kind of well, but I'm sure what's going to end up happening is I'm going to wash it, and the thing's not going to fit after a while, but that's all right. This is actually a really cool t-shirt. But anyways, that's not what you're here for. You're not here to see a dang t-shirt. You're here to see that right there. So let's go on ahead and try and get this thing started. Alright guys, so if you haven't already, I know we're in the dark now, but if you guys have not already done so, if you have purchased your Diablo Trinity T-1000, or even Predator for that matter, you want to make sure to go on ahead and download your DS downloader utility. Data viewer is optional, but definitely want to get some updates. You want to make sure that you have everything for your drivers for your T-1000 installed before you go on ahead and do everything, because you want to make sure everything works out just fine. And now Diablosport does include a CD in the package along with your Trinity T-1000, but the best thing to do is to go on ahead and just download it from their website at Diablosport.com. It'll be under the download section, and that way you don't have to worry about any other issues. It downloads straight down. You can get everything going, and it'll work out much better. I learned that the hard way, so just keep that in mind. Alright guys, so this I'm hoping is going to be a pretty straightforward install. I've got my Trinity T-1000 right here now. I've already gone ahead and updated everything, got everything pretty much working as intended, and got everything synced up to the computer, got everything downloaded as far as drivers and new updates for the Trinity. So that much should be good to go. So we should be straightforward into getting our little mount here for the screen, and then getting everything wired up and ready to go. So this should be pretty straightforward. Alright, so we've got our mounting pad right here, and we're just gonna try and see if I can't get some stuff here. I figured out here real quick, because I want to kind of get an idea of, you know, just where exactly this will go, which probably going to be like right about there or there, somewhere in there, just some place to be able to get access to it. And the nice thing is this will move anywhere, so you know, you've got this to be able to move it up or down. You know, and the nice thing is that this does kind of move around a bit. So, and also this has a little swivel head, and it will tighten and loosen. You can make it as tight or loose as you want. So this part is pretty straightforward. And the nice thing is they supply an alcohol pad for you to be able to clean the surface area for you to put your mount onto. So let's get this going real quick. This just slides in like that, clicks in. You can pretty much move it wherever you need to. That's not too bad. Might move it down a little bit here in a second, but that's kind of a good idea of where I need it. Now that we've got that out of the way, we're going to go on ahead and get our OBD2 reader going. Hopefully this will be straightforward as well. For the record, I've never done any of this, so if it looks pretty amateur, it's because it is. So please forgive me. So I know this is going to be annoying as hell, and it is for me, trying to get this all positioned back in. Just wanted to make sure that the Trinity was working, which it is. Get that all positioned back up, and get the cables all routed where they need to be. So right now what we're doing is going through some of the startup procedures of all this, and what's really nice is Trinity does include a quick start guide for your Trinity, and as you can see I've kind of already started walking through the process, so sorry about that on my part. Basically what it's going to do is you're going to plug it in and it's going to ask you what your vehicle is. So it's going to tell you, it's going to ask you, hey, what is this vehicle? Is it a 2014, 2015, 2016, etc., etc., etc. vehicle? For my case, 2014 Chevrolet, and then Silverado 1500. And then what it's going to do is it's going to tell you what this particular item or this particular device will do for you, or you know what applications it's good for. And then you're going to hit continue, and then it's going to choose the perfect tune selection as far as canned tunes, and then it will upload all of those, or at least select it, and then it'll come back through this program and it'll tell you, hey, you realize what you're about to do, just so you know we can't fix any of that. So in this case, that's basically what it told me, and you just click I agree and it'll bring up to the main screen. And then when it brings up to the main screen, you'll click on performance, and then it'll go through this procedure and it'll let you know, hey, we're going to back up the original tune that is in the truck. So basically stock tune, whatever it is, we're going to go on ahead and back it up. So that's what it's doing right now, is it's actually backing up the original tune. And what's weird is that these used to have readings on them. They don't anymore. So you know, no big deal. It should be fine, and we'll just see what happens here in a little bit. I'll kind of keep you guys updated as I can, but you know, the actual tuning process itself is really pretty much more of just this and seeing that all together. So you know, it is what it is. So anyways, that's what we got, and I will update you on more as it comes. Alright guys, so we finally made it up to this point. It told me that the original had been saved, so we're going to go on ahead and install a tune. Let's see what kind of selections we got here. This could take a while. Don't know. Well, it looks like it's going to install a tune, so let's just see what happens. And then, well, let's see what happens. It should restart the whole thing, and we should be good. As I notice now, everything is now back to where it was. That's interesting. Alright, so we're going to... I noticed it said something interesting, so we're just going to kind of keep an eye on some other things, and I'm going to try some different stuff, so we'll give it on a try. Alright, as you can see, we have a tune writing right now. I've just kind of changed some things around. Not very much. There wasn't really much to change around, so I just kind of took a little bit of things out of it just to kind of play around and see what kind of things there were to, you know, change really. As far as engine's concerned, there wasn't as much to change, but it's there. We'll go on ahead and check it out here in a little bit, and as soon as the tune is done writing, we'll go for a ride. Alright, so as you can tell, we've already flashed the computer. I decided the little tune that I had put in it really didn't seem like it was doing much, so right now I'm putting in the MPG booster tune, and I guess we're going to see what that comes up with for that. That'll definitely help, at least for me right now, because I've been running high octane fuel. I'll see if maybe that might help out a little bit in that department. And I also put in a firm shift tune, which whatever can tune it comes with. So we're also going to check that out and see what happens there. But really, that's kind of where we're at right now. I'm just trying out some things and just seeing what happens, and yeah. So that is pretty much where we are at. And as you can see, it's telling me the original has been saved. So as far as the transmission tune is concerned, and then we're gonna go on ahead and install the tune. It's just a lot of waiting and a lot of patience. So that's pretty much what you have to have when you're doing this stuff. That's pretty much all I can tell you about that. So like here you go right here. It's gonna write to the PCM, and then yeah, I guess we'll just see what happens. Alright, now we've gotten to the point where we have to shut off the truck, turn it back on, Gonna double check, make sure the tune got wrote. Probably have me do it a second time here in a second. Right here. And then back on. And it'll check it over again, and it should give me an A-OK on that. It'll tell you if it doesn't do it or not, and I believe it would write the original tune back in it, like factory tune if it didn't work. Oh, there it goes. Now it's writing the TCM. I was like, well, what are we doing here, kids? What are we doing? So, yeah, it's just going through writing the TCM side of it now, so we should see something there at least. I get tired of hearing that ding. Alright, so now we're on a drive, and I just did the tune, got everything all set up and all that good stuff, and immediately pulling out of the driveway, I notice a bit of a change in throttle response. It definitely responds, oh goodness gracious, yes, it definitely responds a lot better now. And it, look at it, it's in V4 mode already. And we're just kind of cruising along at like nothing. If I get into it, it definitely starts to move, and the transmission feels a lot nicer. It feels a lot smoother, that's for darn sure. Feels much better. Much better. But yes, the throttle response is much more improved. Much improved. I am definitely happy with that. Alright guys, well, I just made it back from doing my little go around, and I even had my dad test drive this truck just to make sure it wasn't me going crazy. And in all honesty, that tune actually really did quite a significant jump there. The throttle is definitely much more responsive. The transmission feels a lot better, but there are some kind of little interesting fine points in there. But I kind of figure it's going to be one of those things where you just got to give it a little bit of time, let the engine, the computer, and everything get used to what you just did to it pretty much. So I'm going to kind of let it run on that for a couple weeks, kind of see how everything works out. And I'll report back to you guys on how everything feels, but I definitely like how the throttle feels, how the response feels. That heavy throttle feel is gone. It feels much better. It actually feels a lot more like my dad's trucks. So with that said, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, because I really do appreciate it, honestly. Also, if this is your first time stopping into this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because you guys, you don't want to miss the cool stuff I'm going to do with this. And if you're going to hit that subscribe button, make sure to hit that notification bell also, because if you don't, you're not going to be notified of when I post cool new videos about this truck, because nobody likes being left out in the dark. I don't even like being left out in the dark. Alright guys, it sucks. But with all that said guys, hopefully you have a fantastic day and take it easy.